दूसरा है सैक्रिफाइस वाले शर्मा जी। जब लोग गॉसिप कर रहे होते हैं वो मार्केट स्टडी कर रहा होता है। जब लोग नेटफ्लिक्स देख रहे होते हैं वो ना सप्लायर से बात कर रहा होता है। अब ट्रेडिंग सीजन आता है, उसके पास वही सामान होता है जो लोग चाहते हैं। अब रिजल्ट्स धमाकेदार प्रॉफिट्स। वेल्थ भी ऐसे ही काम करती है। आपको थोड़ा सैक्रिफाइस करना पड़ता है कंफर्ट के बदले फ्रीडम पाने के लिए। आप एक साथ कंफर्ट और फ्रीडम दोनों नहीं ले सकते। अगर आज कंफर्ट चाहिए तो कल फ्रीडम चली जाएगी। अगर आज सैक्रिफाइस कर लोगे तो कल पैसा आपके लिए काम करेगा। सिर्फ 20 घंटे हर वीक अपने ग्रोथ में लगाइए। 10 साल में 10,000 घंटे हो जाएंगे। यही होती है मास्टरी, यही होता है लेवरेज। क्वाइटली रिच लोग समझते हैं उनके पास सबसे वैल्यूएबल करेंसी पैसा नहीं समय है। वो अपना टाइम प्रोटेक्ट करते हैं जैसे इन्वेस्टर्स अपना कैपिटल प्रोटेक्ट करते हैं। वो इजी चीज
80 ये 6 कलर एको टैंक फोटो प्रिंटर है। चलिए इसे चेक करते हैं। देखते रहिए। तो की फीचर्स यहाँ पर बॉक्स पर दिया हुआ है। ये A3 प्लस साइज़ के पेपर्स प्रिंट कर सकता है। ऑल इन वन प्रिंटर है, कॉपी स्कैन प्रिंट कर सकता है और ऑटो टू साइड प्रिंटिंग भी करता है। मल्टीपल पेपर इनपुट के साथ में फ़ोन कनेक्टिविटी, टच स्क्रीन डिस्प्ले और मेमोरी कार्ड के लिए ऑप्शन इसमें दिया हुआ है। तो इस बॉक्स के अंदर ये है प्रिंटर, ये है केबल, USB केबल। इसे यूज़ करके आप इस प्रिंटर को आपका जो लैपटॉप है या फिर जो डेस्कटॉप है उसके साथ में कनेक्ट कर पाएंगे। पावर कॉर्ड दिया हुआ है, कुछ बुकलेट्स हैं और इंक की बॉटल भी मिलती है, लेकिन जो इंक है वो ऑलरेडी इस टैंक में डाल दिया है। देखिए प्रिंटर का जो साइज़ है ये बड़ा है, प्लस ये जो प्रिंटर है ये भारी भी है। ये देखिए ये है डिस्प्ले, प्लस ये है इंक टैंक। ये जो एरिया है ये ट्रांसपेरेंट है और यहाँ से आपको अच्छा आइडिया मिल जाता है कि जो इंक लेवल है वो कितना है। तो इस प्रिंटर का जो स्कैन एरिया है वो इस प्रकार से खुलता है और ये जो भाग है इसे भी आप इस तरीके से खोल सकते हैं। ये देखिए, तो इस प्रकार का है इंटरनल्स। इन केस अगर पेपर यहाँ पर जैम होता है तो यहाँ से आप उसे आसानी से निकाल पाएंगे। ये जो प्रोसेस है इसको आपको फॉलो करना है। और ये जो एरिया है यहाँ पर इंक टैंक है, यहाँ से आप ये जो ढक्कन है इसे खोल सकते हैं और ये जो इंक टैंक है इनमें जो रिस्पेक्टिव कलर्स है उससे आप डाल सकते हैं। यहाँ पर 1 2 3 4 5 6 ऑप्शंस दिया हुआ है, 6 कलर्स। और अकॉर्डिंगली अगर आपको इसे फिल करना है तो जो कलर कोड्स है वो मैच करना है, वही सेम इंक आपको इसमें डालना है। और जो इंक फिलिंग प्रोसेस है बहुत ही आसान है। जो इंक बॉटल है उसका जो नोजल है आपको यहाँ पर डालना है और थोड़ा सा प्रेस करना है और ऑटोमेटिकली जो इंक है बॉटल से इसमें ट्रांसफ़र हो जाएगा। एक तरह से स्पेल प्रूफ है और ये जो प्रोसेस है बड़ी आसानी से आप कर पाएंगे। और क्योंकि ये एक ट्रांसपेरेंट एरिया है, यहाँ से आपको अच्छा आइडिया मिल जाता है कि जो इंक है वो कितना यूज़ हुआ है, कितना लेवल बचा हुआ है। तो चलिए अब ये जो प्रिंटर है इसे मैं बंद कर देता हूँ और इसका जो ऊपर का स्कैन लिड है इसे भी मैं बंद कर देता हूँ। और ये जो एरिया आप देख रहे हैं ये एक्चुअली ऑटोमेटिकली खुलता है। ये है पेपर आउट ट्रे, लेकिन यहाँ से इनपुट भी आप दे सकते हैं। और ये जो सेक्शन आप देख रहे हैं ये ऑटोमेटिकली खुलता है। ये है पेपर आउट ट्रे। प्रिंटिंग होने के बाद जो पेपर है वो ऑटोमेटिकली यहाँ पर आपको मिल जाएगा। वैसे यहाँ पर फोटो पेपर फिलर भी है, यहाँ पर आप जो फोटो पेपर्स हैं वो डाल सकते हैं 4x6 इंचेस के। प्रिंटर का जो फ्रंट साइड है वहाँ पर ये यूज़ रिपोर्ट दिया हुआ है। इसे यूज़ करके आप कोई भी स्टोरेज डिवाइस है वो इस प्रिंटर का जो यूज़ रिपोर्ट है इसके साथ में कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं और डायरेक्टली उसके ज़रिए प्रिंट कर सकते हैं। या फिर अगर आपके पास SD कार्ड a question for you. How old were you when you became a billionaire? I was working on you play basketball? When I went into You're Robert Kiyosaki.
That's me.
Now, for the people that don't know, how did you make your millions? Do you think college is a scam?
Of course. What did you learn about money?
Nothing.
What you go to school for? To learn money, right?
Excuse me, sir. Sir, how old were you when you became a millionaire? So real quick, so I can let you know the 18 million followers. I've been even 31 billionaires in the last 4 years.
I'm just a super private guy.
I got you. What was the biggest year you had revenue-wise? Like, what was the most amount of money you made?
250 million.
Would you say more than 100 million?
Yeah.
More than 200 million? More than 100 million dollars. What's your best for anybody in business when it comes to buying?
Oh man, I got one right now. Actually. Oh, I don't want to give it up to you guys. All right, I started a new company.
It's your last message to the younger generation. Last sentence to them, the younger generation. Right now, I'm standing in one of the richest cities in America, and no, I'm not exaggerating. Scottsdale, Arizona has some of the fastest growing wealth in the entire country. There's a higher concentration of millionaires and billionaires that live here than most cities on the entire planet. And today, I'm on a mission to figure out exactly how they got this rich. And I'm not stopping with just millionaires and billionaires today. These are security people that literally live money. The author of Rich Dad Poor Dad himself, Robert Kiyosaki, here's how this is going to work out. So I'm going to walk up to the wealthiest people in the city, the multi-millionaires, the billionaires that live here, and ask them exactly how they became so wealthy. And at the end of the video, you're going to walk away with the exact blueprint that wealthy people use to get financially free. This might be the most valuable video that I've ever made. So stay tuned from start to finish. With that being said, let's get this moving away. I'm going to put in perspective for you right now, just so you can see the money that's out here, that's floating around in the city right now. I mean, just in the area we're filming it right now, right? You got a Rolls Royce parked right here, McLaren across the street, come around here, Mercedes truck, Bentley truck, another McLaren around there. Look, we're going to be going up to all these people today. People coming up to the valet, coming in and out of shops and nice restaurants and figure out exactly how they got rich and how you can do the exact same thing. So let's go up to some people and go see what they did. Hey, get him. Sir, I had a question for you. Wait, so wait, real quick, sir.
I'm good.
All right, brother. Excuse me, sir. Sir, how did you get rich? What did you do, sir? Real quick. So I grew channel to 18 million followers. Can I get 1 minute with you real quick?
No way. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir. Is this your G-Wagon?
Yes.
And how did you get rich? What line of business are you in?
Oh, I'm not doing that.
Hey, real quick, sir. So I grew channel to 18 million followers. I go all over the world. If one piece of advice to young entrepreneurs out there.
No, I'm not talking.
All right, man. Have a good one. Excuse me, sir. How old were you when you became a millionaire?
20s, but I don't want to get on camera, but thank you.
So I started the channel at the University of Texas. I grew it to 18 million followers. I've interviewed over 30 billionaires in the last 4 years, including Mark Cuban, Tom Cruise, Tom Brady, just to get 2 questions on advice to the younger generation.
Okay.
So what line of business were you?
Stock investments.
Investments. Did you work on Wall Street?
No, I did not. Just manage money.
What did you learn about managing money for the richest people? Where do they put their money in today's world?
I can't do this. Sorry though, man.
All right, guys, as you can see, look, because there is so much money out in Scottsdale, Arizona, these people are private. A lot of them, they do not want to give up any of the game on camera. They don't want to reveal who they are. I never take no for an answer. I always say every no is a step closer to a yes. So we're going to keep this one rolling. We'll find the millionaires and billionaires that live out here so that way you can figure out how to get rich just like them. Excuse me, sir. Sir, how old were you when you became a millionaire? So real quick, so I mentioned up to 18 million followers. I've been even 31 billionaires in the last 4 years, like Tom Cruise. Could I show just for 30 seconds? I know you're an entrepreneur. I know you respect what I do. I've been even 31 billionaires. Let me show you what I do real quick, just so you know I'm legit. This is me. Just a Dana White out in Las Vegas. I just want you to know, like, I got you. Let me just ask you. I saw the back. Are you in fintech by any chance? You what? What type of companies did you work? Technology. Yeah. What's the biggest year you had revenue-wise? Like, what was the most amount of money you made? Would you say more than 100 million? More than 200 million? More than $100 million? I want to challenge you. Go back to when you were a $10 million company. What was it, the bottleneck that you had to overcome to get out to a $100 million business?
Most of them to get over your way. Think about, building a company to scale. Most times people address scale when they have to versus thinking proactively about how do we build processes and structure so that we're always in a position waiting for us to grow into our potential versus trying to catch up once it is.
What is the best advice you ever got from a mentor?
So it's not one piece of advice, but I tell you, I've had lots of mentors in my career. The person that I learned the absolute most from was the worst boss I ever had because he taught me all the things I want to make sure I never did when I was in that state.
Like what? What did he do that you said, I would never do this in one of my companies?
Not listening to people around you, hiring talented people that can tell them what to do versus listening to their thoughts and ideas, trying to intimidate people to meet deadlines that are unrealistic because it's some arbitrary achievement instead of really focusing on what's best for the customers and the employees.
Everybody's built for entrepreneurship?
No.
Why not?
Well, you got to be willing to take risks.
How old are you now?
Oh, I read it last night.
If me and you died tomorrow and you had one last message to leave with the younger generation, what would that be?
Don't be so quick to jump ship. You know, a lot of times what I see, especially in the younger generations that we hire, is they come in and if they're not achieving incredible success within 12 to 16 months, they feel like it's time to move on. Like, it's okay to make an investment in yourself. I mean, just make sure that your organization is structured in a way where you actually need to be.
Thank you so much for your time. So you got amazing advice, man. I appreciate your advice. It was great. All right, you guys. So we get my guy with the butterfly doors, proved to him the credibility that the channel had, and he ended up getting a banger interview. The $100 million fintech, man. You see it on the license plate right there. Just delivered us an absolute banger. And I love that he said, you got to get to the root of the customer's problems. Because if you solve people's wants and needs, you get rich. And that's what we want to do in today's world. So let's look at this next one out here in Scottsdale, you guys. Come on, bro.
Bro, the channel, you did not hear this from me, but there's a billionaire in there.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's just sitting there eating. He owns a basketball team.
Excuse me, sir. Question for you. How old were you when you became a billionaire?
How'd you know I was a billionaire?
The guys up front told me that you were, man.
Probably 40, 41 years old. What do you do? You like basketball?
Yes.
So I own an NBA team.
What team do you own?
The Phoenix Suns.
You own the Suns?
Yeah.
Now, I go all over the world interviewing billionaires to help the younger generation. Can I get a minute with you?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get the money to buy an NBA team.
Started in the mortgage business. So I'm a mortgage guy my whole life. 20 plus years just building a mortgage business from 12 people to 9,000. We have the largest mortgage company in America now. And so just grinding every day.
Mortgage business. Young people, they think that they have to go build the next Google and tech company, but you found it in a boring business, the mortgage industry.
Yeah. People think it's boring, but it's blocking and tackling, executing every day, and just, try to be the best in one thing. That's what I try to do. Dominate that business, and we've kept building every year.
So do you still run the company today?
Every day, in early, stay late, grinding. That's what it takes to be great. So I love it. I love the mortgage business. In a weird way, I just love it because I can compete every day, get better, continue to improve, and it's worked well.
So you're running a multi-billion-dollar company in the mortgage business and a multi-billion-dollar sports organization. You manage both of these.
Yeah, absolutely.
How in the world is that possible, man?
Time management. You got to balance your time. You can't be doing crazy stuff. I got to focus on my mortgage business, my kids, and my basketball team. That's all I do all day, every day, and I love it.
So as a billionaire, is time your greatest asset?
Yeah, it's the thing that we're all equal on. No matter how much money you have, everyone has 24 hours. So how do you use your minutes? I always think to myself, do I need to sleep 8 or can I sleep 6 or 5? And can I outwork someone? If I get up, am I productive or am I playing on my phone? Like every minute of my day, I'm focused on either basketball teams, my kids, or running my mortgage company, and it's worked.
And what made you decide to want to buy an NBA team?
Man, I used to play basketball growing up, and I wasn't good enough to play in the NBA, so could I ever buy a team? And it's just been a dream come true. And out here in Phoenix, it's the best. Fans are great. Everything's great in Phoenix, and so I'm having the best time with it. It's been great.
Were you ever afraid of competition?
No, I love competition. Why? It drives my work ethic. Either two things happen. Either you win, you feel great, and you try to go do it again, or you lose, and you say, all right, now what do I got to do better next time so I don't lose again? And so competition has driven my work ethic, and my work ethic has been my greatest asset because I'm willing to do things that others are unwilling to do.
But you made billions of dollars throughout your career. What keeps you motivated? What keeps you keep on going to build companies?
Because I wasn't chasing money. I'm chasing winning. I'm chasing the best. I want to be the best mortgage guy that's ever lived. I want to be the best owner in the NBA. Like, how do I get to be the best? And you know what? It's a constant. You never get there. You're always trying to get better every single day. And so when you get to money, if your goal is just money, you know what happens? You eventually get there, and then you stop. Money follows. I don't focus on money at all. I focus on winning, being the best I can be, and I've made a lot of money.
Now, there are a lot of miserable billionaires, but I can feel the passion coming off of you. Are you happy?
Oh, I'm so happy. I mean, life's great. I'm very blessed. I got great people, health, happiness. But you know what? The thing is, never relax. I never relax. Never sit there and be like, oh, I made it. So you start being like, I made it. You know what happens? Someone hungry, younger, that will come take your business. Like I'm out there every day. I compete in the mortgage. We've been the number one mortgage company for 4 straight years and kicking everyone's butt. But guess what? I don't take it for granted for 1 second. Every day I got to compete for the business. Every day I got to go find out what our competitor's doing, and I'm going to take them down and go help our brokers win.
Now, you made billions of dollars throughout your career. What's one financial tip you would instill in the younger generation?
Live beneath your means. People think you make money, you want to go spend it. Like we had years in the mortgage company when I was building it, and our company made $60 million, and I would take out less than $1 million. 59 goes back into the company, and I grind. 59 back in. Like I kept doing it over and over. Like I lived beneath my means the whole time, all the way through to the point where people were like, "Did he have any money? Is he really that successful?" I'm driving around in a used, Explorer or whatever it may be. Because the thing is, it's not about showing. It's like live beneath your means, continue to save, and then continue to grind. And then eventually, you have one of those crazy years, and we had one of those years where we made over $3 billion. Then I can take some money out, right? Every day, it's like compounding interest. Keep betting on yourself.
I'm learning from you. You know why? Because in the last 4 weeks, my business made $1 million, and I paid myself $14,000.
I love it. But you know what? Because you're building something special, right? And so if you want to be successful, keep building, keep doing the right thing. You're a grinder. I can tell already. Like I know you're working your ass off, and so keep grinding, keep building, and don't start living like that. Like you'll make money. Money will follow. You'll make so much money eventually. But don't try to like people. I want to go fly on a private jet. Like that's not how it really works. You got to go grind. I don't have a fancy car. I have one car, and you know who drives me? I drive myself. Like people are like, oh, you got drivers. No, I drive myself. I have one car. I grind every day. I live a fantastic life. Let's not get. I'm not. But at the same time, I always live beneath my means. I'm 45 years old. For all those years, I never try to be showy or shiny. Like just go grind.
What do the richest and most successful people in the world all have in common?
You know the one common trait that they all share, which is interesting? They respond instantly. I text some of the most successful people you'll know and meet, and they respond right away. And people, you text me, email me, I respond right away. Like it's not like 2 days later, like it's in minutes because I want to get it off my plate. I want to solve it, move on to the next thing. And so successful people respond quickly. I think it's a misnomer, like, oh, I'm so busy. I don't act like no. Respond right away. Finish it, solve it, and move on to the next thing. So I want to keep moving things off my plate. Sense of urgency on everything like that is a big difference. Really less speed. Speed always wins. Anything, business, anything you do. Faster. No one's ever been like, hey, please slow it down and make it more complicated. Faster and easier always wins.
What's your name?
Matt. Matt Ishfield. Nice to meet you.
And how old are you now?
45.
Matt, if me and you died tomorrow and you had one more message to leave with the younger generation, what would that be?
Enjoy your life, continue to grind, and realize that money is not the end-all, be-all. Happiness is the goal. Go be happy. Go figure out a way to be happy. Is it easy to be happy with money? Absolutely it is. But you know what? Happiness is the goal. Health, happiness, take care of people, do right by people. Life's great.
You got amazing advice, my friend.
Hey,
Thank you so much for your time, man. I have to ask you, I connect with all the billionaires I interview. Could I get your contact?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
Guys, we just interviewed a billionaire, and he owns an NBA team. Do you realize how insane that is? But what did he say? Guys, he said speed is everything. Look, speed beats perfection every single time in business. And you'd be shocked how many entrepreneurs lose momentum because they spend months and thousands of dollars trying to build a simple website or app. By the time they're ready to launch, the opportunity is gone. And that's why I use Hostinger Horizons. It's your all-in-one AI partner, designer, developer, copywriter, all in one tool. For just $7.99 a month, you can simply type your idea in plain words, and Horizons instantly builds a website or app that's fully functional, mobile ready, SEO optimized, and looks amazing. There's no developers involved, no freelancers, no waiting weeks or investing huge amounts. And the best part, you can launch in minutes rather than months. Hosting, domain, email, all included. So if you're serious about turning your idea into reality, stop wasting time and act now. You're not sure where to start? No worries. You can choose from ready-made templates like budget trackers or marketing analytics tools. Customize and start selling. All you have to do to get started is go down, click the link in the description of this video, and use code SOHK10 for 10% off Horizons today. And with that being said, let's go get this next interview. Guys, so this video's been wild so far, but I got another special surprise for you all right now. So there's actually a real estate billionaire who lives out here in Scottsdale that got rich buying real estate with other people's money. How did he do that? Well, we're going to let him explain in just a second, because I'm about to go to his house right now and figure out how he became a billionaire off of real estate and how you can do the exact same thing. So let's go meet the legend himself, go see what he has to say. What's going on, Ken? How you doing?
How are you?
Good to see you,
What's
man.
going
Good
on?
to see you, Ken.
You good?
Yes, sir. We're all good, man. You look great.
Really good.
How much real estate do you own today?
10,000 units, about $2 billion.
$2 billion
Yeah.
would be. How did you build that portfolio up that big?
One by one, man. Like, it wasn't strategic. After a while, you kind of figure it out, but it started with just one.
So that's how it's nice. $1 billion. What's the best financial advice you can give to the younger generation?
I would say your circle of friends is bigger than your paycheck.
So you got to surround yourself.
100%. That's the big thing.
But if you're starting out and you don't have credibility, how do you build those relationships with the right
So
people?
there's people out there that will help the young people. Trust me, that's how I got it.
How does somebody get your attention?
Well, they came up to me, and what I did the same thing. I went up to a mentor of mine, and I met him one day, and I said, he's got 6 kids. I go, how are your kids always around you all the time? And he was rich too, right? And he basically did a business plan on his family and his business.
Did you come from money?
Oh, no, of course not.
So what was your turning point to financial freedom?
It started with mentors. It started with reading books and mentors.
So mentorship is not a scam.
100%. No, in fact, I've never paid for one my entire life. You can always find somebody, that person. You know who they are too. When you walk into a room, you know who they are, right? You walk up to them and say, hey, can I buy you a cup of coffee? And they almost always say yes, especially because most young people don't have the balls to do that. Somebody walked up to me, and I've done this already. I was up in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, and I was at a country club at a golf event, and the lead singer of the band was literally singing. He said, I read your book, would you meet me for a cup of coffee? And I met with him, and now we're fast friends. I met his parents, and he's bought a whole bunch of real estate.
So after this interview, you're going to let me buy you a cup of coffee?
Absolutely.
I've interviewed over 30 billionaires.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned that the richest people in the world, they play a different game.
They
I'm going
do.
to ask you about taxes. What's your best tax hack for anybody in business when it comes to buying?
Oh man, I got one right now.
Give it to me.
Oh, I don't want to give it up to you
Give me
guys.
one.
All right, I started a new company. It's a media company for billboards. So billboards qualify for what's called a land improvement. So they're not actually real estate. So they qualify for 100% bonus depreciation in the year that you buy them. So we're in the process right now of closing a huge deal where we already are buying them right now. I'm buying a half a dozen between Mesquite, Nevada and Las Vegas, but then I'm buying 28 more next year already in contract.
This is game right here.
Yeah,
You know that,
and
right?
you basically get 100% write-off, and you get massive cash flow in their long-term holds. These are 25, 30, 40-year leases.
So what is that one trait that you see in the most successful entrepreneurs in today's world?
The C students run the world, the B students work for them, and the A students are the doctors, the lawyers, and the CPAs. And that's basically how the world is.
I'm going to assume you were a C student.
I was a C student.
You
Yeah,
were.
I was. So I always had to fight harder, right?
So when it comes to leveraging other people's money to buy real estate,
Yeah.
what do you mean by that?
Sure, it's really simple. I had to learn the system, and I didn't know the system at first. So here's the secret that nobody knows. When everybody gets their paychecks, they put that money into a bank. So all of a sudden, the bank has a problem. It's an expense for them. They have to pay you interest on that money. So they have a problem. They have to lend it back out. So it's the same thing with insurance, pensions, retirement. Wall Street just takes all the money from Main Street and then they lend it back out to guys like me. So that's the system. So once you understand the system, you just step out of the system and then you use it for your advantage.
You know, they don't teach that in school.
100%.
What is the worst financial advice you hear on a regular basis?
Save money.
Save money.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Why? You can't save your way to wealth.
Well, think about this. If you're saving money and you're making 1 or 2% in the bank and inflation is what, 2, 3%, you're going backwards. Period. See, that money is eroding. You find a great mentor. Find a great mentor. Somebody who's done it. There's a lot of teachers, a lot of gurus. Dig deep. Find a real person that's really done something and pay close attention to them and listen.
You got amazing advice, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time, and I appreciate you. All right, you guys, so Scottsdale is going crazy right now. It's no wonder why. It's one of the richest cities in the world. Look, we're running into multi-millionaires and billionaires out here, you guys. But I've got a very special surprise for you all right now. But I first got to ask you guys a question. Have you ever seen this book before? You ever read it, Rich Dad, Poor Dad? Well, we're about to go interview the author himself, Robert Kiyosaki. And let's be very clear. He didn't just sell 1 or 2 million copies of this book. He sold over 30 million copies of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, making him not only one of the best-selling authors of all time, but one of the greatest financial experts in the entire world, you guys. And he also owns hundreds of millions of dollars worth of real estate and has built businesses. So we're about to go interview the man himself to figure out how he became one of the richest men in the entire United States and how you can become rich just like him and his rich dad. So let's go interview the man himself and go see what he has to say. All right, you guys, we just got to our destination where we're going to be interviewing Robert any second now. So stay tuned. Let's go meet the legend himself, you guys. Come on. How you doing, Robert? Great to meet you, sir. James Dumoulin. James, we tell everybody we have one rule for our interviews. There's no holding back. We're going to give them the blueprint right here on how to really become financially free in today's world. Can we do that?
Sure.
Let's do it.
But gentlemen, don't hold back anyone.
I love that. Who am I here with today?
Ever read this book here? Rich Dad, Poor Dad?
Rich Dad, Poor
The author of this book.
You're Robert Kiyosaki.
That's me.
Now, for the people that don't know, how did you make your millions?
Real estate. It's where you make your money, you know. I like real estate because I can use debt. Dave Ramsey's a friend of mine, says live debt free. Well, for most idiots, you should live debt free. But if you want to get rich, debt is money.
There's a big misconception that you need a ton of money to start investing. You say that you need debt and intelligence. What do you mean by that?
Well, debt is dangerous. Debt's like a loaded gun, you know what I mean? You misuse it, you go down. Like stupid United States, we're the biggest debtor nation in world history. Because we have a bunch of idiots running the country. And they're printing more and more and more and more. Over 38 trillion in debt. And it's killing our country. That's what happens when idiots use debt. So that's why, you know, my rich dad was teaching me, so when I was a Marine, I was a U.S. Marine, I was a pilot. And I came back from Vietnam, and my rich dad said, what should I do? He says, well, first you have to learn how to sell. I said, no, I don't want to sell. I don't want to sell. He goes, why not? I said, because my poor dad, who was my real dad, he said, salesmen are scum. And so in my poor dad family, if I was a salesman, I'd be a disgrace. Whereas rich dad said, yeah, but you're going to be an entrepreneur, you're going to sell. I said, no. Tell me how I can get rich without selling. And he turned to me and he says, Robert, how's your sex life? You don't have one. You can't sell.
So let me ask you this. What is Robert Kiyosaki's secret to sales?
The reason people suck at sales is they're afraid of rejection.
They're terrified of people saying no.
Yeah, knock down, stand up. Knock down, stand up. And that's the key to success. But most people, you know, it's like the reason I couldn't get laid, I got rejected. It was finished. And so you can ask my wife this. I asked her out 50 times. She finally said yes. She says, you're the most persistent bastard there is.
When did you realize you were never going to get rich working for somebody else?
Let me tell you about getting laid first. If you can't get laid, you're not going to get rich anyway.
Is that true?
Oh, God, with you. If you can't make it with women or guys, what are you into? You can't sell. So the whole point here is sales is communication. How do you communicate a point of view that they may not agree with? And most people don't have the tenacity, the stick for it. They get shot down, they quit, they all give up and all this.
You think college is a scam?
Of course. What did you learn about money?
Nothing.
What you go to school for? To learn money, right? To make money, earn a job. We'll just teach you how to make money. And then I can decide what profession I want to go into.
You mentioned that schools don't teach anybody about money. What is a financial principle that you would instill in the younger generation?
Don't go to school. I wouldn't until you know how to make money. Then you can choose clearly what you want to do with your life.
So what were those first steps, those first actionable steps that you took to start building wealth?
I told you, I learned how to sell. I got a job at Xerox. I got knocked back, and I couldn't stop until I was number one in sales at Xerox. Until I was number one. My best friend, he was number one in another division of Xerox. Don't hang out with losers.
You got to surround yourself with the right people.
No, if you're not number one, get somebody else. I'm really serious. I played a win. Who was the first to fly across the Atlantic? Who was the first? Charles Lindbergh. You don't see the school. You should Who was number two? Nobody cares. If you're not number one, nobody cares.
That's a bar right there. You do that right. You got to be number one. You got to go for number one.
At least you're going for it.
I love it. Thank you, my friend. You got amazing advice there.
That's what I wanted to do. I need you guys to stop right now, like and subscribe, because we just brought you some more billionaires. This is one of the craziest videos that I've ever done, you guys. But I want to take these a step further. Look.
Who am I sitting with today? I'm the guy that interviews billionaires for a living.
I'm not a millionaire, but according to Forbes, I'm a billionaire.
How old were you when you became a millionaire?
You have to ask a millionaire.
What do you mean?
I'm a billionaire.
So what is your net worth?
I'm north of 20 billion.
Who am I here with today?
My name is Dr. Shaquille O'Neal.
Tom Brady, the GOAT, the greatest of all time.
Appreciate it.
What industry did you decide to pursue a career in?
Movies, which encompasses almost every industry.
I'm here with Tom Cruise.
It's nice to see you.
So how many billionaires have you actually interviewed by now? So in just the last 4 years, I've interviewed over 30 billionaires. Who are some of the craziest people that you've interviewed? Man, I've interviewed Tom Cruise, Will Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Tom Brady, Mark Cuban, Michael Rubin, the richest men in Dubai, countless just incredible entrepreneurs and billionaires, man. It's been absolutely insane these last 4 years. Now, you've interviewed some of the wealthiest, most powerful people alive. But today, I want to flip the script. And instead of you asking the questions, I'm asking the questions to you. Can we make that happen? Let's make it happen. You ask everyone, how did you get rich? So let me ask you, how did you get rich? You really want to know? I think everyone watching wants to know that. So let's start there, right? What's the most amount of money you've made in a single month? All right, last month, my business made over $700,000. 700K, 700 racks. And what about this year? How much money are you on track to make this year? My business will make well over $6 million this year. Over 6 million? 6 million. How is that possible? How are you making that much money? Well, look, I've got billionaire mentors. I don't just create content. I mean, I've literally been building businesses these last 4 years. I've got a big marketing agency. I've got a consulting company. I monetize off of brand partnerships, ad revenue. I've got a huge subscription community. So look, the best entrepreneurs in the world, they look at their core business and all the different ways they can make money. And that's what I did over the last 4 years, which is why I built a multi-million dollar company. All right, now you've interviewed billionaires, celebrities, CEO. First of all, how many interviews have you even done? Well over 1,000 interviews. Over 1,000 interviews. Well over 1,000 interviews. All right, I'm going to challenge you right now. You've done 1,000 interviews, but if you had to narrow it to the 15 greatest pieces of advice that you've ever received, what would they be? I want you to give me the top 15 lessons that you've ever learned from interviewing billionaires, celebrities, and the most successful people in the entire world. Can you give me 15? Are you sure they're ready? Come on, let's start with number 15. All right, let's get things started. Number 15. And you've probably seen this guy before, but if not, now you will. I'll let him tell you himself.
Who am I here with today? Will Smith in the building.
So, did you come from a lot of money?
No. I came from the opposite.
So what was your turning point to financial freedom?
I realized that taking advice from somebody who hasn't done what you want to do is almost insanity. Like listening to people who haven't done the thing that you want to do. That makes you crazy.
That makes you crazy. Like he said, I mean, literally, you have this idea, you have this business you want to start, and you're going to listen to somebody tell you not to do it or tell you how to do it a certain way, and they've never done it themselves. It's insanity. You can never take advice from someone you wouldn't trade places with. Will Smith is an absolute legend.
अभी का किधर पे? यही वाले? अच्छा। हाँ हाँ। अच्छा। अभी क्या काम कर रहा है? उधर ही है। हाँ सही है। क्या जेंट्स का है लेडीज का है? तो जेंट्स का है। अच्छे अच्छे टी शर्ट्स है तुम लोग के पास? क्या रेंज के रहेंगे? हाँ
1500 से स्टार्टिंग है, मतलब अच्छा है, ब्रांड का है।
हाँ
मतलब कुछ हुआ आया या कलर निकला पूरा रिप्लेस।
अच्छा।
और थोड़ा IMP भी रखते हैं बाहर का, उसमें कुछ नहीं होता है, उससे भी महंगा रहता है, लेकिन अच्छा रहता है। सुबह 10 बजे छुट्टी होता है, 10:30 11 तक आ जाता है।
कोई अच्छा रहेगा तो एक आध फोटो भेजना ना, मेरे को एक दो लेने का है।
क्या मिलता है? डबल एक्सेल पहनते हैं।
हाँ
डबल
डबल
एक्सेल
एक्सेल।
आ गया, मैं भेजता हूँ, मैं लेके आ रहा हूँ। अचानक से आवाज दे रहे बोले गाड़ी आता।
हाँ वो काम चालू है ना यहाँ पर।
कंपनी में वहाँ रह रहा था ना, वहाँ अचानक से खाली करा थे।
अच्छा।
तो रूम में गए तो रूम बेच ही दिया, रूम वाले का रूम।
अच्छा।
अर्जेंट में मिला नहीं, इधर मिला तो ले लिया।
इधर कितना भाड़ा है?
इधर है भी कुछ।
अच्छा कितना है दिया है? 4।
पर माले का है, पहले माले का।
हाँ।
दिन भर तो कोई रहता नहीं है, खाली रात को सोने के लिए आते हैं।
हाँ।
All right, but give us number 14. All right, number 14, Robert Herjavec. We're talking about Robert from Shark Tank? Robert from Shark Tank, man. And this piece of advice that I'm about to give you that he gave to me is one that shifted my perspective because I didn't even think of it this way.
Excuse me, sir. How did you get rich?
I sold my first company for $30 million and just sold my last one for many hundreds of millions.
So you're rich.
Oh, I'm not rich. I'm wealthy.
What's more important in the business world, what you know or who you know?
What you know. Absolute bullshit. When I started out in business, my mom was a receptionist. My dad swept floors in a factory. Every person I knew in business sent this bullshit advice to me. It's not what you know, it's who you know. In order to make money, you need money. I was screwed. I was 23 years old, starting with nothing. If you don't know anybody, you got to become the person other people want to know.
Because successful people aren't just going to go spend their time with somebody. Yeah, I always like to say that you want to network with successful people to become successful.
You want to network when you provide something of value. Build your own brand. Other people will come to you.
I mean, look, the reason why I love this so much is because I can't even think about the amount of times that people give the cliche advice that it's not what you know, it's who you know. But in reality, guys, you have to understand, if you don't build yourself, if you don't build your own brand like Robert's talking about, successful people are not going to be willing to connect with you. They're more than likely not going to be willing to help you. You got to go establish some of your own credibility. You got to go build some of your own wins. And then the successful people will flock to you. I love that advice right there. I love that right there. Everybody says that who you know is more important, but you got to build yourself. You got to build your brand first, and then they will come. But we need number 13.
Excuse me, ma'am. Question for you. How old were you when you became a millionaire?
33. 33.
And how did you get rich?
I run a tech company.
You run a tech company?
Yes.
How long have you been a business owner?
So I left Wall Street in 2013.
You were on Wall Street?
Yes. My job was to keep rich people rich for a living. I came up with the idea in 2013, but we didn't make our money until 2017 as a business.
So what was the most amount of money that you made a single year?
Just shy of 10 million.
$10 million?
Yeah, just shy.
Yeah. Have you ever met a billionaire?
Absolutely. I mean, the bank accounts of billionaires and the homes of billionaires. Absolutely.
Do they keep their money in the savings account?
No. Wealthy people put their money to work. I think we all have job descriptions. Even me running my business, they give their money a job description. You cannot save or work your way to wealth. You can only invest your way there.
Listen, I've interviewed 30 billionaires, and they will all tell you the golden rule is what she just said. You can't save your way to wealth. You have to invest. The problem is 99% of people, they don't know where to begin. They don't have wealthy people that are able to mentor them and help them make their money work for them. So that's why on October 22nd, I'm doing something insane. I'm doing something that I've never done before. I'm hosting the first ever Generational Wealth Building Day. I'm going to be bringing in 3 of the greatest investors in my entire network directly to you. I'm going to be hosting 3 live Zoom calls with 3 incredible business owners and investors to mentor you directly on how to invest your money, where to deploy your capital going into 2026, where the best investment opportunities are, and how to save your money on taxes like the ultra wealthy do. You see Ashley Fox, the lady that just gave this piece of advice? Well, she was one of the richest women that ever worked on Wall Street. She owns an 8-figure tech company. She's going to be one of those guest speakers. You're going to ask your questions directly to her. She's going to give you the blueprint. Another guest we're going to have, Peter Tuchman, the Einstein of Wall Street. He's the longest ever active trader on Wall Street. He's going to be mentoring you directly on one of these calls. And our third guest is one of the greatest wealth managers of all time. He managed some of the richest people's money for 40 plus years in this country. Listen to me carefully. This isn't some course. This isn't some podcast. These are 3 live Zoom calls where you ask your questions directly to these people and they give you the answers. So how do we get access to this day? For myself, everybody watching right now, if we want to join Generational Wealth Day on October 22nd, how do we join? Listen, all you have to do to get access to Generational Wealth Day is go down, click the link in the description to sign up today and grab your spot. And is there anything else that we get? Like, is this just for Generational Wealth Day, or what do we get once we sign up? Yes. See, when you sign up today by going down to the link in the description, not only do you get access to Generational Wealth Day, you get access to the #1 most powerful entrepreneur community and network in the entire world. Listen, I launched and built this community about a year ago. Every single week inside this community, I give you direct access to the multimillionaires and the billionaires I interview on this channel, because I host live calls every week and I allow you to ask your questions to them and they answer you directly and mentor you. They give you the blueprint, the roadmap on how to sell, how to start and scale a business, how to invest and make your money work for you like the richest people in the world. This has never been done before, and you get direct access to my network every single week. And if we join right now, we can join for free. Listen, if you join right now, you can join 100% for free. But there is a caveat. Listen, for Generational Wealth Day on October 22nd, this upcoming week, there are no replays. There are no recordings. You must be there live. But you can join for free by going down to the link in the description of this video to sign up and grab your spot. That's incredible. I'll see you there on October 22nd. But we need the 12th nugget right now. Number 12, a Houston multimillionaire. This advice right here changed my life. Roll it. What was the most amount of money that you ever made in a single year?
2020, $16 million.
$16 million.
Yeah.
And what was the best financial advice that you ever got from a mentor? Like, if there's a lesson about money that a mentor taught you that always kind of stuck with you, what's that advice you'd pass on to the younger generations?
Stay small enough, long enough, you'll be big enough soon enough. That means keep the expenses low whenever the money is high. Don't be in a rush to actually get the coloring in and all the jewelry and everything like that. I was making $30,000 a month with about $3,000 or $4,000 overhead. It wasn't until I had millions saved where I was forced to go from a Kia Optima to a Maserati. In that same year, that's when I bought this cash.
So you ran lean for a while.
Yeah, for sure.
Stay small enough, long enough, and you'll be big enough soon enough. I can't tell you the amount of young entrepreneurs that I see that are coming up. They have one good month and they go out and blow everything. But what about that next month? What if the money's not there the same? What if you lose that client? You're screwed. That's not the way to do it. Look, we're making over $700,000 a month in our company right now with incredible profit margins. But I go back to when my partners and I were making $30,000 a month in profit. We were only paying ourselves $2,000. That's barely enough to cover rent and expenses. But if we had a bad month, we were good because we were saving like crazy and we were reinvesting in our businesses like champions. So you got to stay small enough, long enough, and you'll be big enough soon enough. Stay small enough, long enough, you'll be big enough soon enough. I love that one. I'm writing that one down because note takers are money makers. Give us number 11. Well, this guy sold his business for not $1 billion, not $10 billion, but more than $20 billion. Roll it. Who am I here with today?
Reid Hoffman.
And what was your business?
I'm the co-founder of LinkedIn.
You co-founded LinkedIn?
Yes.
What was the most amount of money you made a single year?
When I sold LinkedIn to Microsoft, and we sold it for $26 billion.
You sold LinkedIn for $26 billion?
Yes, they think it's one of the best acquisitions they've ever done.
So if you had to start from zero, and you had 1 year to make $1 billion and your life depended on it, what would you do?
I almost never play a 1-year game, I play a 10-year game.
Why is that?
Because part of the, again, where it's contrarian is most other people don't think about 10 years. They don't think about how you compound to 10 years. And compounding to 10 years is one of the things that gives a differential edge.
But even if you've already had an exit for over $20 billion, you still are thinking that long term?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why is that? Like, just goes
well, because that's actually how you create something that's epic. It changes industries.
When people ask me, what have I learned from billionaires? It's this right here. Billionaires think in decades, not days. When I asked him how to make $1 billion in a year, he said, I never play a 1-year game. It's always a 10-year game. Listen, the richest people in the world, they think in generations, not days. I love that. And like you said, billionaires think in decades. We gotta always be thinking long term. But go ahead and give us number 10. All right, this one comes from one of the richest men in Dubai. Not just Dubai, but the entire world. Let's see what he has to say. What was the most amount of money that you've made in a single year?
I would say almost $5 billion.
$5 billion. Who am I here with today?
Mohammed Bengati. We're the guys behind the first Bugatti residences in the world, the first Mercedes-Benz residences in the world.
How did you scale out to a multi-billion-dollar business?
Master the art of sales and marketing. Sales and marketing. I mean, I could tell you the strategy I followed. So I always wanted to be omnipresent. So that's what you want through marketing. You want omnipresence. You want to be everywhere at every time and be known by everyone. And the way I did that with not so much resources in the beginning was to make the product market itself.
Omnipresence is one of the most underrated concepts in business. You got to be everywhere at every time and be known by everyone, like he said. I mean, I apply this to myself on a daily basis. When I think about social media, everybody always thinks about TikTok and Instagram, but I have 3 million followers on Facebook, and I make more money off of Facebook than any other platform, even though I have more followers on other platforms. You have to be everywhere at every time on every platform. Don't ever leave any money on the table. How did you even get in contact with Mohammed Bengati? He's one of the richest men in Dubai. Well, remember what Robert Herjavec said? You got to build yourself first. Look, we built one of the biggest business media channels in the entire world. So now people come to you, and you can get in contact with anyone. We've got 17 million followers. We do hundreds of millions of views. So we built it, and they came. All right, so give us number 9, man. We got to keep this one rolling. Come on. Well, number 9 comes from a guy that sold not 1, but 2 companies to one of the biggest companies in the world. And somebody named Warren Buffett may have paid him more than $10 billion. What was the most amount of money that you made in a single year?
November 1st, 2021. That's the day we sold body armor to Coca-Cola for $8 billion, and that was the most money that ever came into my account in one time.
But you've already sold 2 businesses for billions of dollars, and you're not satisfied. Why not?
I'm happy. I'm not content because there's a lot more to do. When the big guy on top gets a little too comfortable, the starving entrepreneurs are going to eat their lunch.
The biggest problem that business owners make in today's world is they get way too comfortable. You know, like we were talking about, people get a little bit of success and they let their foot off the gas. No matter what, you can be happy, but don't be content. You have to always pour gas down your competitors' throats. Never get comfortable. You can never get comfortable. That's the takeaway right there. But go ahead and give us number 8. All right, this one comes from the richest lawyer in America, a guy that became a billionaire off of law. Let's see what he has to say.
Who am I here with today? I'm John Moore. Are you a millionaire? I'm not a millionaire, but according to Forbes, I'm a billionaire. Does Forbes lie? I don't know.
They don't lie.
I don't know.
As a billionaire, would you consider yourself to be smart?
I am not smart, and I know I'm not smart, which is very good. But I'm smart enough to know I'm not smart, and I'm smart enough to hire people who are smart. I read a book once called Tight about Rockefeller, and in that book they said he built Standard Oil. And somebody asked him, how can you build this oil company? You're not a scientist, you're not a geologist, you're a bookkeeper. And here's the line I underline: I hire scientists. I'm not a smart guy, but I'm smart enough to go find smart guys and girls.
There's a big misconception that to become a billionaire, you have to be this brainiac, genius, smart guy. I mean, you heard it from him himself. He said, I'm not a smart guy, but I got the right people in the right places, and I hired them, just like Rockefeller did. Rockefeller didn't have a background in geology or science, but he found the right people to come in and do those jobs. I hire scientists is something I'm going to always keep with me for the rest of my life. That is so interesting, because you hear often that the richest, most successful people in the world, they're not the smartest people. They just know how to build the teams and the right people. That's a banger right there. But what about number 7? All right, this one comes from one of the greatest internet marketers of our generation, Mr. Joshua Crisp. What was the most amount of money that you made in a single year?
Over 11 million.
11 mil. That's a lot of M's right there. What is the greatest piece of advice that you've ever received?
If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work until you die. That's the one that touched my soul, and really I had to get things together. And to piggyback off that, my father, he's 77, still working. When I was young, he always told me, son, try to find a way to make money with your brain. It'll outlast your back.
Like I said, the billionaires, the richest people on this earth, they invest their money like there's no tomorrow. We brought it up earlier. You can't save your way to wealth. You have to invest it. And I think this one actually came from Warren Buffett. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Once again, listen, the richest people alive, the billionaires, they all know that They don't just save their money. They don't keep it in a savings account. They invest their way to wealth. And if you're watching this right now, or you, and you don't know what that first step is, you first need to understand that if you want to become wealthy, you need to learn from the most savvy and rich entrepreneurs and investors how to actually deploy your capital and make your money work for you. And that's exactly why on October 22nd, I'm hosting Generational Wealth Day. So that way you get direct access to 3 of the greatest wealth managers, investors of our generation, so you can ask your questions to them on how to make your money work for you and where to invest going into 2026. Just go down to the link in the description to sign up today for free, and we'll see you there on the 22nd. Well, I think I don't just speak for myself, but I speak for everybody watching right now. We are going to be there on October 22nd, learning from some of the richest and most successful investors, and not just your network, but the entire world. So I'm looking forward to that. We'll see you on October 22nd. But can you give us number 6? All right. Well, number 6 comes from a man that ran not one, but 2 of the biggest companies in the entire world. 2 Fortune 500 companies. Roll it. What industry did you decide to pursue a career?
So I was a former CEO of 7-Eleven. I also was former chairman and CEO of Blockbuster.
So you were the CEO of 7-Eleven and Blockbuster.
I was the CEO of 7-Eleven and Blockbuster, yeah.
What was the biggest driving factor of your success that enabled you to work your way up and become a CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company like 7-Eleven? And
change. People hate change. Everybody hates change. Harvey McKay, a friend of mine, author, best-selling author, says the only one that likes change is a wet baby. And it's true. People react differently to change, and they're like, go, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Well, change is reality, and change equals opportunity. So I've coined that expression. CEO is all about change equals opportunity. If you embrace it, you'll see that if I respond to this change and others don't, I'm going to turn that into shareholder value. So change can be positive if you manage it in a positive way.
The best business owners in the world, they understand that you have to adapt and you have to pivot. You're going to go through seasons as a business owner of adversity, new technology that comes and wipes you out. And if you want to be around for a long time, you have to adapt. And maybe you'll be recession proof. You got to know how to pivot. CEO, change equals opportunity. But we're in the top 5 now. Let's get it started, man. Give us number 5. One of the richest men in Beverly Hills, Todd Johnson. Throughout your career, across all your companies in one year, in terms of revenue, what was the most amount of money that you made in a single year?
Across my companies in revenue? Oh, wow. 90 million, 100 million.
Actually, how about for yourself?
25 million.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's incredible. Yeah. You made more than 99.9% of business professors ever will.
Mm-hmm.
What's a lesson about business you'd give to somebody that they will not learn at business school?
Marketing. What they don't teach in school is that everybody needs you. They just don't know who you are. So your job is to identify who those people are, get to the highest mountaintop that you can, and tell them who you are. Let the people know who you are. That is the key to growing in business. And in school, we learn about business, but marketing is the key to making it all come together. You can have the magic sauce, but if people don't know who you are, then it doesn't matter.
Marketing is the most underrated component of any business, and I stand on this. I learned this a lot over the last couple of years, but everybody talks about sales this and sales that, but if you don't have any leads, if you're not marketing to anybody, they're not going to be able to buy from you. So if people don't know who you are, you're not going to be able to do business with them, and they're not going to be able to buy from you. A lot of people might be great at what they do, but if no one knows what you do, it really doesn't matter. That's a beautiful piece of advice. How about number 4? I met this guy off the streets in Miami, Florida, and I went up to him coming out of a Bentley, and boy, did he have some sauce.
You know how you know you're ready? When you're ready, right? There's nothing called delay. You don't procrastinate anymore, because procrastination is the assassination of all destination. You do not procrastinate. So what you can do for today, you don't delay for tomorrow, because tomorrow is reserved for the labor of the lazy. You don't. So that's how you know, I'm ready. Let's go. So if you have a dream but you're not doing anything about it, you don't have a dream yet. No, it's a wish.
The richest people in the world are action takers. They do not procrastinate. There's no perfect time to start. Oh, I'm going to start my business tomorrow or next month. No, start that now. You can no longer procrastinate. The richest people in the world, they are action takers. They say success loves speed for a reason, but we're at the top 3, man. We're almost there. I need you to bring us home. What's number 3? Number 3. This guy's brands have done over $1 billion, and I'm not kidding. What was the most amount of money that you ever made in a single year?
My brands have done over $1 billion.
Your brands have done over $1 billion. And the lesson he gave us, you have to think bigger. And I'll let him explain.
And one thing that I will share that is extremely important, if you don't hear anything else today, hear this. It is the same stress to worry about $1,000 problems as $10,000, $100,000, million, 10 million, 100 million. It is the same worry, it's the same stress, the same effort, except when you're focusing on $100,000 shifts, you have a lot of competition. When you raise the bar, when you raise your standards, when you say, I'm going for something other people don't, you have zero competition because most people are trained to think small. We go to school and we're taught to think small. We go to school, we have family and friends that want to protect us and say, that's for other people, not for you. You have too much competition thinking small, you have none at the top.
This perspective right here changed my life. And the reason why is because he has a great point. It is the same stress and worry to solve $100,000 problems as $10,000 or $1,000 problems. And why is that? Because the people you're selling to with those $100,000 problems, they have significantly more money in capital. And a lot of the times, those smaller clients, those $500 clients, they're way more critical. They need it this way because they're penny pinching to give you the money to do the service for them. And another thing that he said is the competition, the higher you go up, is a lot smaller because everybody's competing for those $500 clients, those small clients, as opposed to the people at the top. Not a lot of people are going after them. So you have to think bigger. You got to think way bigger is what I'm hearing. We're in the top 2 now. So give us number 2. Number 2 comes from an executive at a $10 billion company. Billy Ray Taylor.
How old are you now? I'm 57. And if you were to go back